If I had $1 for every time someone said to me, well, how are you being hacked? Why don't you just get a burner phone? I'd be a very rich woman. I'd like to explain to you how I am being hacked and how many of you may be, just by explaining some of the basics of these tools, weapons, I call them now, that you use every day. So you kick off with the phone. It doesn't matter whether it's an Apple or a Samsung or whatever, but every single phone has a very unique code. It's called an IMEI. So just consider this has a digital ID attached to this phone, and all phones come with pre-existing software. So then you go off and get your SIM card. Doesn't matter whether you have an eSIM or a hard copy SIM, or even if you change that SIM, the SIM card has what's called an IMSI, so it has a unique ID. So what your Telstra or your Optus or your networks do is they match up this ID with this ID with your email and so forth, and that's how you become a subscriber or a user of the network. So next what happens is that clearly you would probably go and download some apps. That is your operating software, and those apps can also be malware, can be used for good or evil. They can direct the traffic of your phone to talk elsewhere. But in a very simplistic form, the way things should be working is your phone and your SIM, and you're signed up to an ISP, should be connecting to a tower. The closest tower, normally, it goes on the strongest signals. And that's how police do that triangulation where they work out where a suspect or someone has gone. But what would happen if there was a signal stronger than the tower? What if someone got in the middle of me and my phone and used something that they actually call a fake cellular tower? Now, I don't want to promote these, but that's certainly been a recurring theme in my case. What do these things do? What they do is they generate a stronger strength than the tower. So if I went to put this on your roof or in a tree, in your letterbox, under your car or anywhere, it will send a stronger signal than this tower. And do you know what? Every single one of our phones is programmed to talk to the strongest signal. It doesn't recognize that it's not authentic. It is just sending it off, because we have an unencrypted network, the strongest signal. So straight away, this tower is actually not being used. The capture of this information can do a lot of things. They can redirect all of your network traffic, your emails, your phone numbers, your internet searches. They can also harvest your credentials, which has happened to me. They can put malware on the phone so it doesn't function, and they can do a large number of other things. But basically and essentially, they are you. So now I'm living in this house, and I may be surrounded by a whole bunch of these little fake cellular catchers.